The earth trembled as a colossal shape emerged from the depths of the Red Sea. It was Godzilla, his dorsal fins cutting through the water like jagged blades, his eyes blazing with an otherworldly rage. As he lumbered closer to the Egyptian coast, the cities panicked. The sky turned a sickly shade of green, mirroring the monstrous glow emanating from the creature's eyes. Godzilla roared, a sound that shook the foundations of the ancient land, announcing his destructive intent. But as he advanced towards Cairo, a strange calm seemed to settle over the city. People stood rooted to the ground, staring in awe and terror at the advancing monster. In the distance, the great pyramids of Giza seemed to loom larger, their colossal forms standing defiant against the darkening sky. They had witnessed the rise and fall of countless rulers. What were a few more years to them? Amidst the stunned silence, a young girl stood out. Clutching her teddy bear tightly, she refused to budge, her eyes wide with a mixture of fear and fascination. A man on a nearby rooftop unfurled an Egyptian flag, its colors fluttering in the wind like a defiant gesture. He wasn't scared. He was angry. Angry at the disrespect shown to his homeland, to the legacy of his ancestors. As Godzilla took another step forward, a construction worker tightened his grip on his tool, ready to face whatever might come. Farmers and students, shopkeepers and elders all stood united, forming a bulwark of humanity against the encroaching darkness. The military was swift to respond, but they weren't readying weapons. They were organizing, strategizing, preparing to defend not just their country, but their pride, their spirit. The air crackled with tension as Godzilla unleashed a blast of atomic fire, the heat wave licking at the faces of those who stood in its path. But still they held their ground, their gazes unwavering. The shockwave from his footsteps shook the ground, but it couldn't break the resolve that had taken root in the hearts of the Egyptians. In the shadow of the colossal beast, an old woman shielded a young child with her body, her face etched with determination. At that moment, the shadow of the Sphinx, that enigmatic guardian of the desert, stretched out, enveloping the child in its protective embrace. It was as if the ancient monument itself had come to life, lending its timeless strength to the most vulnerable. Amidst the chaos, a group of men paddled out into the Nile. The river seemed to glow with an ethereal light, mirroring the determination in their eyes. They were retrieving an artifact, an ancient symbol of their nation's resilience. Returning it to the shore, they placed it in the hands of a waiting soldier who disappeared into the throngs of people. With renewed vigor, the Egyptians pushed forward, their steps firm, their voices rising in a defiant chorus. Godzilla faltered, his roars echoing in confusion as they pressed on. This wasn't the submission he had expected. Their unity, their courage, it was a force he couldn't comprehend, let alone destroy. And then something extraordinary happened. The ground beneath Godzilla's feet began to shake violently, the very essence of the ancient land, perhaps the spirit of a pharaoh, perhaps a force even older and wiser, awakened. It pushed back against the monster, weakening him, confusing him, reminding him that some things are older and stronger than atomic fire. Godzilla reared back, bellowing in frustration and fear. He couldn't win this battle. He wasn't just facing an army, he was facing the heart of a nation, the soul of a people. With a final earth-shattering roar, he turned and fled, crashing back into the sea, vanishing beneath the waves. The people of Egypt stood tall, their voices echoing across the desert sands, a testament to the indomitable spirit that had triumphed over terror. And as the sun rose the next morning, bathing the pyramids in its golden light, the voice of the narrator resonated. "You can shake the earth, but not the heart of Egypt."